So some of y'all just witnessed me turning the compost pile. Not very exciting, but that's critical. It's critical to creating a powerful, nutrient-dense amendment that you can use to grow food with, as well as the many other things that compost has become known to be used for. Stop fighting erosion, being used to wrapped up in mesh socks, what they call a concrete sock, to prevent construction debris from ending up in the your waterways, your storm drains, and just rebuilding the soils. And that's what it's really all about. That's why I'm in it, is to rebuild the soils. But I know people who actually doing compost collection and making compost and creating another business or stream of revenue for themselves by creating compost socks and marketing those things specifically to construction companies and municipalities. So there's all kind of ways to find means to make a living, or at least supplement your living via compost and anything dealing with sustainability and food. So so turning is critical. When you open up your compost pile, what you see is the bacteria and the fungi and the various animals and insects that are inside of it, like wanting to breathe. Sometimes food gets stuck up on each other, and these anaerobic pockets can exist. And the anaerobic bacteria, not the ones that you're going for when you're doing hot composting like this, unless you're doing a fermenting based compost, where you do want to create an anaerobic scenario, almost like pickling, or like sauerkraut and things like that. Kombucha, these fermented products. You can do the same thing with compost. But in a situation where I'm creating compost is thermophilic, and so it's aerobic, not anaerobic. It's aerobic, oxygen loving. So when you open up your compost pile and you see more life come into the pile, when you open it and you shake the compost and you give it air, it's almost like it crumbles apart, and it's almost like it's appreciating you coming in and actually doing that for it. So it's just a way to actually bond so to speak with your product and what you're trying to create. So I'm going to stay at it probably for another 15-20 minutes, just to get this one pile on the back side of my right shoulder, flipping to this pile on the back side of my left shoulder, and basically creating space for the next pile that'll be turned into that empty space. And we just keep it going like that. Alright, so anyway, appreciate you all listening. Compost workshops coming up soon. Alright, so be prepared. I'm going to be doing them here on the farm. Then I'll eventually expand out online and do some webinars. But the information and the knowledge is solid. So we're going to bring you this information, because more and more people are composting, and I'm not going to let them make all of the same mistakes that I did when I began to compost. And it's not really mistakes, it's just a learning process, which everything in life is, right? Okay, all right, salute, peace.